Styled as suave businessman with interests extending from automobile industry to real estate in both Nairobi and Mombasa, Hussein, a Pakistani national 48 years old, has been flagged by the National Spy Agency, the National Intelligence Service (NIS), over alleged involvement in suspected drug trafficking, forgery, and money laundering. According to records seen by the Informer Media Group, Hussein was born in 1975 at Faisalabad, one of the wealthiest cities in Pakistan. Hussein arrived in the country in 2006 and was later employed as a sales motor vehicle agent, earning 70,000 shillings a month. In tracing the unexplained fortune, a multi-agency team comprising of the NIS, immigration officials, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations (DCI), and the Financial Reporting Center (FRC) have since linked the businessman to cross-border clandestine underworld operations. The Pakistani is also being investigated for forgery after it emerged he had obtained a Kenyan identity card fraudulently. A security brief dated May 19, 2022 reads in part, "Previously, Jarrar was a director at Al Hussein Motors Limited and obtained 3 of his previous work permits from February 18, 2006 to February 2, 2013. Later, the directors of Al Hussein Motors split, hence the establishment of Al Shuja Motors Limited by Jarrar." According to Probe report, despite being a foreigner, Hussein declared that he is Kenyan in one of the companies, Silver Dash Limited, which he owns with his 2 children Muhammad Ali Haider and Muhammad Shuja Haider, each holding 250 shares, as enjoys a controlling stake of 500 shares. In the same firm, a Kenyan national identified as Jane Wangeshi Kabiu has been listed as the secretary. He had then unsuccessfully applied for renewal of his work permit as a foreigner. The application for renewal was rejected. Officials say Hussein is said to be in the country illegally after his work permit expired last year in November and has since been operating from his hideout in the city using proxies to fix his deals. Preliminary investigations have also revealed that the foreigner is linked to a high-ranking politician who has been helping him to renew his documents in vain. Detectives believe Hussein, who comes from Pakistan near the Iran border, could be part of an international money laundering ring. He is currently building a 1.2 billion shilling mall in Nairobi's Kilimani area, Al Shuja Mall, next to Yaya Center, and is also said to have bought 2 prime lands in the same area. An official of the probe says Hussein was employed as a sales official at Al Hussein Motors in the city, where he earned 70,000 shillings up to 2013. He can't explain how he made the billions he is splashing around. In one of the letters dated May 2022, one of the government institutions says Hussein is currently a director at Al Shuja Motors Limited, which was established in 2012 and started operations of selling second-hand vehicles in January 2013. Later, in June 2016, he made an application as a permanent resident through lawful status, which was pending for 5 years, according to the correspondence. In June 2021, he applied for his citizenship by lawful residence. When it was established, he had an adverse notice due to his suspicious involvement with Iranians. The brief adds in part, due to this, his permanent residence process was halted. Additionally, a report by one of the security agencies seen by the Informer Media Group says the company Hussein runs has been associated with drug trafficking. One of the confidential correspondents to the Immigration Department read in part, the referred Al Shuja Motors changed its name from Al Hussein Motors, whose directors have been associated with drug trafficking. 2 of his brothers, who doubled as his associates, were deported over the same claims of narcotics trafficking. A previous attempt to deport him in 2007 failed after he was tipped off and he left the country only to come back 5 years later and establish a new company under a different name. It was also established that Hussein was secretly running an account of another Pakistani, Salim Kamar, at a local bank. Following the revelation by the Financial Reporting Center, the account was frozen with hundreds of millions of shillings. Another account, run by Al Hussein Motors, was also blacklisted. A source privy to the probe added, "He is believed to have gotten what he claims to be an authority to run it, but we think this is part of ways to avoid scrutiny." Another report indicates that the foreigner is making massive investments in the country, which is believed to be part of money laundering proceeds for some international underworld racket.